This is a certified hood classic.
Que lo Kentucky.
Fried chicken, gang.
So we with my guy right here, Abdullah. Tell him where you from, what you about, what you do.
From Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, man. You know how that go. I'm a metaphysician. I'm a student of many teachers, and I'm looking forward to be a teacher myself.
So what do you teach for the simple folk?
Man, I teach metaphysics, man. Understanding the realities beyond the physical, right? Conceptualizing how the brain functions, how reality functions. Also utilizing the brain to its highest capacity. Understanding how to maneuver around the environment you exist in, being your best and brightest self as well.
Now, recently, I invited you to my YouTube because I know of your talents, your skills, and your abilities,
Yes, sir.
and I wanted you to display that. But
I feel like I did.
right? No, you did, right? But and I had you on camera. I mean, sorry, my bad. I had you on my panel, and a couple people seemed to be offended by your vernacular, simply because I think they were maybe intimidated by your intellect. So how can we hop online? How can we have these discussions and dialogue when other people are already attacked by your mind?
You can't. You can't. Unfortunately, one thing I recognize as a martial artist, man, is if you ever seen one of those Ip Man movies, man, every single one of his students, he had to beat him up first, And sometimes you have to beat people into submission, not because you're violent, but because they're strong individuals and they stand on their square. And in order to show them that their square is crooked, you have to push them off of it. So you can't have dialogue with people that have cognitive dissonance and are convicted in ideologies that they have not put effort in. So when somebody sees or experiences somebody who is grander than their self, the amygdala kicks in, which is the flight or fight function in the brain. And when that kicks in, there is no reasoning with that individual. So, it's a part of the world that we live in, but I'm also a warrior too. So, I don't have no problem beating nobody into submission as well.
Bitcoin, I think he was talking about you right there, you heard? He said, what up? He in New York, what up?
Yeah, you already, man.
Now, when it comes to martial arts, which one did you practice?
Well, I have a 3rd degree black belt in Shotokan, Ninjutsu, Akijitsu, and Combat Jiu-Jitsu, which would include Judo. I got my 3rd degree in that, and then I moved on to Kung Fu. So Xingyi Chuan, Tai Chi Chuan, and Ba Ji Chuan were the ones that I got national titles in. I never got rank in Kung Fu though, because it's not how my Kung Fu teacher rock, but I did get gold medals. So.
Okay. So, and you like the word judo too? You like to play with the words too?
Yeah, you already.
So you a spitter too, right?
You already.
Okay.
Man. You already poet for a long time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I saw one of your acts on spoken word, man. I forgot where you was at, but it was dope. It was dope.
Yeah, man. I'm definitely trying to shoot a movie while I'm out here, man.
So let me ask you this though. To many people, martial arts seems like it's very barbaric, very primitive. How did martial arts help you physically and mentally?
Well, it helped me mentally, more so than anything. The physicality is something that you can choose to express or not express. However, the act of disciplining oneself is an important mechanism for all brains, and I feel like martial arts is one of the prime ways in which to do that. However, I also feel that understanding combat and maneuvering martially through your environment is essential. So some may see it as barbaric, but I see it as no more barbaric than a football game where people are running into each other head first and causing concussions left and right consistently, right? Whereas in martial arts, the act of avoiding violence is the key, right, for us to gain. Even Bruce Lee said the Tao of Jeet Kune Do, the way of the intercepting fist. A fist has to be thrown to intercept it, right? So martial arts is about being able to defend oneself in all forms of reality, right? I've been a martial artist since I was 4 years old, and I'll be 29 this summer. And with that, I recognize that you can't run around beating people up with martial arts every day. So my combative ability has been extended into my vocabulary and my ability to debate, my ability to maneuver situations, my ability to walk around people effortlessly, right? My martial arts can translate into every aspect of my reality and my existence, and has continued to do so. And I offer people martial arts from that perspective, because it is a rich antiquity, a living antiquity, because martial arts continues to grow. Even now, in current times, martial arts thousands of years old still continue to grow and still remain relevant. When people say that martial arts is outdated, I say that every martial arts that is in existence is useful, for it would not exist if it was not. Right? They would have got their ass whipped 1,000 years ago, right? They'd have died out. So something gotta work, right?
Oh, so you saying that whoever's ever around you gotta stay dangerous.
Period. Period.
Mentally and physically.
Period, man. You know, I enjoy people, but there's only certain people that I will experience the vulnerability of me existing outside with, right? I won't walk outside with everybody, man. And it's not a testament of whether I love you or not. It's a testament of not wanting to put you in a position where you have to rise to an occasion and you're not prepared for it. And I am always prepared to rise to any occasion, no matter what is happening. So I cannot have anybody around me that is a liability, no matter how much I love you. And that's just the martial artist in me.
Now, Abdullah, we spoke on the phone and you told me that you're considering speaking more online.
Yes, sir.
And what will you surround your topics on, your content?
Predominantly astrology and Kabbalah.
Okay.
However, my instructors, Ra'aku, who's a master astrologer, and my instructor A. Rashid, who is a master Kabbalist, you know, I feel like they have those grounds covered. So for me, I wish to translate their information to the modern day crowd, and also point out things that I feel they might not point out because of their generational divide.
Right.
Things that pertain to psychology, philosophy, sociology, our urban environment. For instance, A. Rashid loves to talk about movies and the metaphysics of movies, but he